Bonsai! Good morning, grinders. C3, Cobras, Eagle Fangs, Miyagi-Dos. And I think that's it. It is Monday, March something. And the wonderful thing about today is we have this is the first full day of, well, maybe not the first full day, but the first active day for us Monday through Friday people of daylight savings time, where we have moved the clocks an hour ahead. I have never understood this. It makes no sense to me. I do not like it, but it is what it is. Usually it takes me a week to recover, to get used to this, getting up and changing all the clocks, especially the spring one, because in the spring you go forward and you lose the hour. But for some reason I actually woke up 15 minutes early on my own. I was able to get up and let the dog out, so I got here on the treadmill early compared to most days. I've already been on here about 10 minutes, and I got half my distance in. So I'm gonna get to my workout quickly today, because I'm only doing a mile. That will put me a half mile ahead of the wife, and we're gonna race to the end. And as far as the workout goes, I've made a new one. One of the things I love about the Tonal is it's relatively easy to set up different routines. And I've changed mine up a little bit. I wanted to do things a little bit differently. Wanted to get some more legs in there. Summer's coming. I don't want to have chicken legs if I happen to put shorts on. And it gets hot enough that I like to put shorts on. So, enough of that. Nobody's really interested in that. Let's get to today's devotional. Since it's a Monday, it is a potential. And the title is, Get Your Eyes Checked. In the passage, your eye is a lamp that provides light for your body. When your eye is good, your whole body is filled with light. Excuse me, Matthew 6:22. My eyes are not good. It takes effort to read this because it's so small. Now, I gotta be honest right off the bat. This is not a passage I'm familiar with. I don't remember ever seeing this. And it's a hard one. Tony goes on to talk about vision for sports teams and things like that. And at the end, you're supposed to write down what you think your vision, what God's vision for you is, and the obstacles in your way. But my take is a little different, and I think it has to do with positive affirmations and, you know, the way you look at life. Because the second half of that, you know, the first half says that your eye is a lamp, but the better your eye, the more light will be in your body. Light being good and holiness, in my opinion. So, I take it to mean what you kind of surround yourself with. Because in a way, you can't really completely determine what you look at. Because things come into your sight that you might not want to necessarily look at. We've all had situations where we see things we can't unsee. But you can determine what you focus on. And that's the important thing. So to me, it is keeping in and focusing on the things that are good for you, that are positive in your life. And as an example of that, talk about something that happened to the wife and I. On Friday night, we decided to go to a movie because the theaters are pretty empty right now. Not a lot of people in there, but they are open. And so, went to go see a movie, and I'm going to go ahead and name it because I think that's a public service announcement thing. But the movie was called Cosmic Sin. It's got Bruce Willis in it, and it is a terrible movie. Now, I'm not going to go into all that, but it was bad. If you go pay for that, you will regret it. That's all I'm going to say. But I had such a bad experience in that movie that I really wanted to make a video talking about how bad it was. I wanted to get online on Facebook and the Twitter and say how bad it was. But that's not the right thing to do. I did go on Facebook and say it was pretty bad to my friends and family on there, and I probably shouldn't have, because that's just putting more negativity out there. Now, when it comes to movies, I have a pretty low threshold. I can usually find something to enjoy in just about everything, and I tend to enjoy rather goofy, silly, don't quite make sense movies. And if it's a guerrilla movie made by some high schoolers or college kids using a camcorder in their backyard or whatever, I have pretty low standards. I'm not going to hold them accountable for their production values, writing and acting, as I am with something that's further up the scale. Now, the week before, wife and I went and saw Willy's Wonderland with Nicolas Cage. And I don't have a lot of complaints with that. It had some good moments in it. It's not a great film, but for what it is, it's got some entertainment. This one did not. But I don't think it's right of me to tear it down. Because one thing I do not have a lot of respect for are critics. Because it does not take much skill or effort to be negative and tear things apart. It does take a lot of effort to lift things up. And one thing I've noticed about critics, very, very seldom in any field are the critics former active participants in whatever they're criticizing. You know, if you go to sports, a lot of times you'll have announcers who do the play-by-play. But you don't hear them criticizing the players much at all. But you do get sports writers that seem to know everything. You never see that in movies. You don't see directors come out and talk about how somebody screwed up every part of the film. And you damn sure don't ever see doctors or lawyers going back and criticizing other doctors and lawyers. So, I personally don't put much stock into what critics say. Because if you haven't done it yourself, you really don't have any legs to stand on when it comes to criticizing someone else's effort. And my generation was pretty much taught that if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. So, I am going to say something nice. Not about the first movie, but about the second movie. There was another one we watched, and it's called Fighting with My Family. And it is supposedly the true story of a female professional wrestler and her journey to the WWE. And my wife and I both found that pretty good. It was a fun movie. It's not earth-shattering. It's not going to change your life. There's no key nugget of wisdom at the end. But it was fun. And it was a success story. And generally, I kind of like those better anyway. So, I have rambled on for a while here. I don't know how long. But that is my devotional and inspirational message of the day. This Monday, Daylight Savings Day, which I did criticize. I do not have anything positive to say about daylight savings, so I will say nothing at all. Except for maybe it is not my favorite. So, have a great day. Bonsai. And in a few minutes, we'll see you in the back cave with the brand new routine. Bonsai. Bonsai. Welcome back, Grinders, C3, Cobras, Miyagi-Dos, and Eagle Fangs. Wah! We're up to the third and final set of this new program. I, of course, named it Eagle Fang 3. And, I'm going to tell you in the voiceover some of the other things I changed, but, yeah, this is a monster. So, popping the music in, we're going to get started. Bonsai. Alright, let's go over some of the changes for Eagle Fang 3. Notice I start off with the same one, the seated lat pull down. But I changed this 3 rounds. I put all the reps on all the rounds at 8. But on the first round I try to do 12, second round I try to do 10. And the final round, if I can do more than 8, I do more than 8. And this was to let Tonal figure out where my weight was and to crank it up, and believe me, by the third set the weights were all cranked up. We've already passed it, but I added face pulls in there, and then that was tricep push down. Those are both new. And now we're going into, I believe, the suitcase squat, which I thought I would do both arms, but no, this one is set up to do one arm at a time, so it's a little goofy. I may keep it, I may not, we'll see. I want to get more legs in there, but doing one side at a time, I'm just not real positive with this. So, and then the other new one we put in here, which, first we got to do bench press. You know, no workout is complete without the bench press in there, so I'm going to put that in there and go. Here on this third set, for a lot of them, I am doing just 8 reps because this thing has kicked my butt. But that's because on the first one I did 12 or 15, whatever I felt like I could get out, and so it has raised the weights accordingly. That is one of the nice things about Tonal, is it does it, and by measuring your output, it knows just about where your limits are. Now this is very poor camera placement. What I'm doing is laying bicep curls, and yeah, you can't quite see it, but it stabilizes the back of my arm, so I think I'm getting a little more concentration on the bicep, and I think I'm better at it than the bar curl right now. And then this I set up to do just bicep curls, concentration curls. Tonal doesn't have this move in on its own, but you can do just a handle move, which is what I did, 8 on each side. And here's the funny thing, when I went to do this, it had skipped the second set and jumped it all the way up to my chin-up weight, which is 103 pounds, and I'm not going to pull that with one arm. So, but I just backed it up, it did it again, it went right back to where it was supposed to, and then it moved naturally right into the chin-ups, which is the last weighted exercise I do. So, got to set it up here. And both the lat pull down and the chin-up, the weights on these are getting to the point where they are pulling me off the floor and the bench. Chin-up not so much, but believe me, the lat pull-up is pulling me up. So we may have to adjust that. That's all I got for now. We'll see you later. And one final one, which is a wall sit. And I am gassed. Whew, that was a good workout. A little clunky getting from exercise to exercise, but I'll get better and faster at that. 10 more seconds. Whew. This was a good hard workout. Oh, excellent. Oh, whew. Okay, so let's take a look. Oops, sorry, see what we got here. We've made 25 workouts altogether. Today we did 15,000 pounds, almost 15.3. Done. Let's see. Woo! Our strength score went up to 575. So I'm happy with that. Let me get you to a point where you're not in the glaring light. Anyway, I gotta get some water, get my breath back. So, Banzai, have a great day. We'll see you next time we see you. Banzai.